Welcome to Just Vibey Vibes. Welcome to our movie review. Today we want to talk about this movie, This Lady Called Life. Oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's the link might not be in the description because it's a Netflix movie, but as we know, for some months now, I keep on saying, oh, it's a Netflix movie, you have to go on Netflix to watch it, and guess what? Bam, bam, I find it on YouTube. I might not find it the day I'm doing the review, but then I'll just check for it before I upload the video, and it's always there. So check the description, you might just see this movie link there. Okay, this week I was quite busy, so I didn't get the time to watch any YouTube. Like I watched YouTube movies, so I would not say that. But then I didn't watch anyone. I think the one that I watched that I think is kind of nice, but then to be honest, I cannot be bothered with it because it was just those kind of things that the storyline is just rubbish. Like it's not rubbish per se, but number one, that kind of thing cannot happen in Nigeria because the girl will be dead if you happen in Nigeria. Like, okay, I'm going to put the movie link. I don't know if you want to watch this kind of movie, watch it. I'm not advising you to watch it, but I've already started talking about it, so why not? So let's start with that one first then. Is a girl, it's called the Fling, and then there's this girl that she and this married men or people in relationship mostly just keep on breaking a relationship. Like there's this girl that was about to marry, and then she called the girl a day before the marriage, sent the girl videos and all that with Shiana, and then she break up. This thing just be breaking up marriages. Then she would call the woman and the man, and then the last one she went to the woman's house, the husband and the wife's house, and then she went there and like I feel like if you do that in real life in Nigeria, you'll be dead. Someone will kill you, bury you in the backyard, and will still even be with their husband. Because let's be honest, most Nigerian people, the way they see marriage is like a do or die affair, especially the women. So it's not in the right place for that kind of movie, number one. And number two, you cannot be playing people's emotion like that. Like going and telling them calm down, calm down. So it was just pissing. I'll put the link if you want to watch it. I'm not advising you to watch it, but if you want to watch it, oh well, watch it. Okay, now so let's go to This Lady Called Life. Yeah, that's the movie I wanted to talk about. So This Lady Called Life was so good. It was about this lady, this girl, like she had a baby, and then she cooks. So she has a business whereby she cooks and delivers to people, and she's just struggling through life. She's a single parent, and all kind of her family, kind of her mom just, I said, disown her, just threw her out when she got pregnant. So she's just on her own mostly. Her dad is good, but he's a stepdad, but you never know. He's really, really good. He's the one actually that even loves her and take care of her, but he works in a different city, and then he comes back, so she can't, so you know what I mean. So she doesn't even have people that are helping with the child and all of that, so she begs the neighbor to help her with the child and all of that. She cooks very well, so she's trying to go into a cooking contest. So it was really, really good. Like and then she met this guy, and then he was helping her. He helped her girl. It's like, for me, I feel like her mother was just bad luck. I'm not bad that the mother is not there in her life, right? This is spoilers, please. Spoiler alert. So if you're gonna watch it first, then come back, and then if I have the link in the description, I'm going to put a message that I'm going to tag that is going to be pinned, so that way you can see that the movie is in the link. I'll put if it's there, so that way I'll just check the description in case I forget, because I say some things sometimes I never do it. So in case I forget, yeah, but so just check. If you have Netflix, go and watch it, then you can come back and finish my review. Okay, so spoiler alert. So she met this guy, she went to deliver food for him in his sister's place, and so he came. So she sent a message out to her customers to tell them that, because her mother, okay, she was going for this audition, right? And audition will put her in a cooking contest show, and that's a big deal, amateur cooking contest show. So that's a big deal for her. But then when she was about there going to write an exam, or whatever, then few people will be chosen for them to to go for the contest. But then when she was there, by the way, she went to her son because there was nobody to look after the son. The son keeps on scattering things, so the woman that she wanted to keep the son with did not want to look after the boy. So then when she got there, the reception there was kind enough. That's one thing I would say about Nigerians: good hearts. We do have good hearts. Don't let the Nollywood movie fool you. Although this one is a Nollywood movie and don't fool you, so, but you know what I mean. Don't let all the wicked one fool you. So the woman said, okay, she's gonna help her keep the baby. So she kept the baby for her, and then she went to the exam hall. While she's in the exam hall, her phone started ringing. She went to go and pick the phone. Why she does not know how to put her phone on silent, I don't know. Pick the call. Her mom had attack or something, so that's how she ran out from the exam with her son. She didn't complete the exam, But then lucky for her now, the guy then, so she sent a message out because her mom has a restaurant. So since her dad begged her to stay with the mom to help the mom out because her sister is pregnant and I think married. So yeah, married or about to be married or whatever the case is. So the mom is not hard on that one because that one has the man, you know what I mean, in the life. So anyway, she she sent a message out that anybody, she cannot deliver food, so if someone wants to eat they have to come to the restaurant. So she sent the address. So the guy loves her food, so he came to the restaurant and then ate, and she was like, she didn't expect anybody to come. I was like, this food, of course I'm coming. And then he asked her why does she not want to be more, like does she not think she can do more? And then she was thinking something in her mind, like, why do you think that you're not good enough or something like that? She's like, can you read my mind or something like that? No, I said that out loud. They're like, no, I just think that that's how, he could read her anyway, which was a good thing. So then he thought that, so he said he could help her. So then he helped her. He has connection because he takes pictures and all that. So he was going to be the one that is going to be taking picture of the whole event and all that. So he helped her to kind of put her into the show. Connection always goes a long way. He helped her and got her into the show. And then she went for the, even if she didn't write the exam, so she went for the round whereby, because it's not that her connection maybe cost someone else their chance. It didn't, in a way, because she still went through, like, she didn't write the exam, which is the first phase, but she went through the second phase. So the same thing. So then they interviewed them, asked them, what they know about cutleries and just things about, being a chef and all that. So she answered the questions. At first she was frightened, but then when she started talking, nobody could stop her. She did very, very well, and then she kept on advancing. Then close to the end of the whole show, now she's done her final meal, and her mom has been so she and the guy were dating and everything was going well. But then I think she kind of has this thing, and that's one thing I'm talking about. Like, when your parents, even if it's your mom, or I know, like, you might have a lot of people in your life that tell you, oh, you're good, but sometimes when you have someone that you're supposed to love you and that person don't love you, you start feeling like you're not deserving of love. So I feel like what happened was this guy was showing her so much love that she felt like she was not deserving of it. So it didn't matter what he was about to do. She just felt undeserving of it. So she was looking for when the other foot, when they say something is too good to be true, she was looking for when, the other foot, the other shoe will fall off. That was what she was just waiting for. So he had a relationship, right, that was his first relationship, and they broke up. Him and the girl broke up. So she was telling him when they were friends, so they was there like dating. She's telling him that if the girl tells you that she wants you, would you not go back to her? And he's like, the girl he fell in love with and the person now, they're two different people, so they're not the same. So no. And then he really, really does care about her, and so they started dating, and all that. So then her mom, was insulting her, like, talking down on her, telling her that like, because the boy and her, they were playing, like, just touchy-feely, but then she was making food and then he was just kissing her shoulders and all of that stuff. And then the mom came and said, oh, now you get pregnant, he will leave you, you think he's like, nobody will not marry you, like, insult that, like that she's not good, insult that in Yoruba so much, not knowing that the boy could understand it. So they called the boy is an Igbo guy. So when the mom was done, then he now spoke in Yoruba very politely too. It's like he could not take it. Like the one that was talking, you can see his body is like he's trying to be respectful, but he's like he could not take it. So then when the mom was done, he's like, I told her in Yoruba that she is this, she's wonderful, she's that, and then he greeted the mom and told her thank you, and then walked off. So the girl, that made her, she was fine. That made her feel really, really good. So then, but then she and the guy, I think she's advancing the stage, and then they were going to have a date, and she was so excited. She got ready to dress up, and then she saw, I think, a comment on his Instagram where his ex-girlfriend commented, I think he was in his ex-girlfriend's place. So then she called him, and then he said something that he's going to be running late. So then she was not pissed. So because she now knew that maybe he went to see his ex-girlfriend and she was not happy, so she removed her clothes, removed the eyelash, everything that she's done. And then when he came, she was giving her to say she's not feeling well. It's like, okay, so what happened between the time you were excited, the message you sent me, and now? What happened? And then she now said, you're coming from it. And he said, yes. Are you coming from? He said, yes, but I didn't want to. It's something that I could handle. She's talking to my family, my sister trying to beg me. So, oh, so your family are on her side. Because now, what your family think? I have a child, I have this, it's over. The guys, I don't do this, Like, he was trying to handle that situation, So she broke it off for him. And then, but still, he was like, for me, I don't, if that situation was done and it was for me, she would be the one to beg. Well, I don't know how to beg somebody when they're at the wrong, because she jumped the gun and he did not lie to her, and he explained to her, understand how she felt. But then when they were in the place, he was still trying, when she was cooking, and he's trying to maybe be still playful with her, but then she was just giving him like a straight face attitude. But I do understand that when you've been alone in your life and then you have a child, like, it makes you like a kind of different person, because you're like, okay, people are not going to be there for me, it's just me and my boy, and I'm going to focus on him. So I feel like that's the attitude she has. So maybe the attitude he has was, you know, good for her, because it helped. So anyway, so now when they did their final dish, she has served the dish, she made her amala like in a map of Nigeria. Yeah, it was map of Nigeria. That's that she did the amala. It was so, her presentation were always good, and the food, oh my god, it was a grandma's recipe, so they were also good, like, you know. So she finished, as she served the food, then she went to the toilet, because the judges, they eat the food and then they give you feedback, right? You leave them for them to eat the food. So then she had another call. That's why her mom is kind of like bad luck. She had another phone call, and then when she picked the call, it was that her mom had a stroke. So then that's as she left, she was trying to go to the hospital. So the guy said, where are you going to there? So he got her a driver, because he still had to work, for a driver to help and take her to the hospital. Then they went to her mom's house. So they went to her mom's house, the mom with her sister that is heavily pregnant. So she and the guy was able to carry the mom. Then they got to the hospital. So she stayed there. She didn't now go back to the show, and they didn't even show us what happened with the show. So then while she was in the hospital, she did not leave her mom's side. Then okay, before then, I think she wanted to leave the house. I forgot to talk about this emotional part. She was about to, the mom said something to her, and then, no, the mom was beating her son, like using hanger to beat the son, like, because the boy is scattered. So she went in, she grabbed the son. That was the day she was telling the guy about the day that she's not going. So she came back and she grabbed the boy. It's like, why are you hitting my son? The mom was already injured. The sister was like, mom, why would you do that? And then she got mad, and that was the day she stood up for herself, and then she talked back on her mom. So she almost even slapped her mom. She's like, it's just, I know when you want to slap her, when you're like, she was, so the mom wanted to slap her, she held her hand. She's like, the mom insulted her, and then that's when she gave it to mom. Then she told the mom that the father of her son actually raped her. So she never, because the mom said don't go out with boys, don't do. So she was diligent, she didn't do none of that. So the first guy that liked her, she thought that they were going to, you know, marry and all that stuff. Anyway, she was young, but then he raped her. So that's how she got pregnant. But she tried to tell the mom never listened. So the mom felt so bad, and then the mom was like, I didn't know. She said, but because you didn't want to know. And then so she left the house. So she left her mom's house back to her other house before all this now happened. Yeah, so I didn't talk about that part. So then she stayed by her mom's side in the bed, and then someone called in for food, but then she did not want to. She said she cannot be able to, but then, and the guy was helping her, taking care of the son, and you know, just taking care of her in general. So the guy gave her the address of where she should go to deliver food. And then, okay, no, the person called for food, and she didn't want to do the food, but her friend picked up the call. I think her friend or the sister picked up the call and told her that, and told them that she's going to do it. So then she went to deliver the food. When she went there, they said the address is wrong. So she was like, God, you promised me. I have been, you know, she was not like, you know, when you're working so hard and you're trying and things seem like they're not working. So she was really like, God, I have been, you know, like she talked, and she was talking, and she saw someone in the car. To be honest, when I looked at the guy, I was like, I didn't know like if it was the guy, but anyway, yeah, it was the guy. So in her life, I think it was when I sent her the address. So then she got the food, because, you know, if it's a different address, she might know. So then they should then get married, and then they gave each other a vow before the day. They're gonna get married in like the white wedding next day, but they were doing like the traditional. And then he said, okay, then he was gonna give her a vow. Then he gave her his vows, his private vows. And then she's like, oh, I did not plan to give her now. Then she now gave him hers. It was so beautiful. He was even lost of us. And then he now carried her son and now bowed to the son. Oh God, that was so sweet. This movie was so good that at the end of the movie, everybody in my house was like, trust me, we're movie people. So when the movie is good, everybody, like when you see everybody, including prince and princess that don't pay attention, be clapping hands. That movie was really good. No, it was a really good movie. So I hope you like it when you watch it. So, so I'll see you some other time. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.